Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the library Use Stripe subscription. We're going to talk through how it works, how to use it, how to set it up in the Next.js project, as well as configure Stripe products correctly to be able to use this package. And hopefully this makes your life a little easier if you're just trying to set up pretty simple subscription system in the beginning. Cool, let's dive in. We first want to get our Stripe environment variable set up. You can grab these from the Stripe dashboard, add these to the .env file. I've also configured Clerk here for authentication and user management. Next, we want to install the Use Stripe subscription npm package. Next, we want to add a API/subscription.ts file. This is going to be used by the library to interact with Stripe. So all of our API requests will be handled through this API handler. We also need a separate file to create the Stripe customer based on our information of the customer. So we'll do that inside of this utils customer ID.ts file. So first we're going to implement this find or create customer ID method. It takes in a Clerk user ID, which is the current authenticated user. And then we're going to grab the users object from the Clerk SDK. And here we're going to look up the user object, and then with that user object, we can check and see if we've already created a Stripe customer for them. We can check the public metadata and see if there's a Stripe customer ID there. If there is, we'll return it. It means we already created a Stripe customer. If not, we're going to go ahead and import the Stripe API client from Use Stripe subscription library. And here we're going to create a brand new Stripe customer using the user information we have. So the first name, last name, email address, and then you'll notice we also have an idempotency key here at the bottom. This is so we don't create multiple Stripe customers. We want to make sure that it is idempotent and we only create one Stripe customer per user in our system. After we've created the customer, then we want to go ahead and save the new Stripe customer ID on the user in the database. In our case, we're going to save it in Clerk. And then finally, we want to return the new Stripe customer ID. Now we will implement the subscription handler. I'm going to import this auth middleware from Clerk. And then we'll also import the subscription method. Subscription handler method from our library. And then we're going to return the result of that method call as JSON. Make sure you await that call as well, since it is making a call to Stripe. And then we need to pass in the body, the query, and we're going to use our new find or create customer ID method that we created to pass in the customer ID. So this is going to be used to make the calls to Stripe for us from our React app, which we're going to set up in just a second. One thing I want to call out is I've saved the internal user ID on the Stripe customer metadata. If we go in the Stripe dashboard, you'll see that here. This can be really useful whenever you're debugging because you can easily find the internal user ID from inside of Stripe. So if somebody has an issue with a subscription or a payment, you can easily go inside the dashboard and view their user, their customer, and see what payments and subscriptions they should have based on what they've paid. Next, we're going to wrap our app in the subscription provider. So in our underscore app.tsx file, we'll pass in our subscription provider, and then it takes a prop of Stripe publishable key, which is going to come from the .env that we set earlier. There are a few important things you need to do to set up this library to work. One is you need to add your products in Stripe. So you can go to your products tab and then add your products, make sure you set prices on them. You can even set up different pricing options like recurring or one time. You can set up recurring annually or monthly or quarterly, whatever you'd prefer. So go ahead and set up all your products that you're interested in selling to your users. In this case, I'm showing you kind of an example here, but I've set up 3 different pricing options, a kind of standard pricing tier system here. So premium, pro, and starter plans with 2 prices each, one a monthly and an annually plan as well. Along with setting up our products, we also need to set up our customer portal within Stripe. If you hit the gear icon up in the right hand corner, and then underneath billing, you'll see customer portal. Go ahead and click on that link. Now we're inside of our customer portal configuration. We need to make sure that we set up our subscriptions correctly. So we want to make sure that we enable cancel subscriptions and switch plans. This will allow our users to do both of these actions. And then underneath there, you'll see eligible products. And within here, we need to make sure we select all products that we're interested in showing on the front end. These are the ones that are going to be returned in our application. If they are not inside of these eligible plans, then you will not see them on the front end. They will not be available to change and use. Now that you have your products configured into your settings, make sure you click Activate Test Link at the top. This is required to enable the customer portal. Once you see active at the top there, you'll know that it is ready to be used in your code. Now we're going to set up the front end part of our application to actually view our products that we just set up in Stripe. One thing to note here is that I'm not using any fancy styling. We're just going to go very basic here just to get the functionality working, and you can feel free to style it however you'd like. First, we'll import the uSubscription hook from the library and we'll call it. And then we're going to check to see if Stripe is loaded. If it's not, we're going to show a simple loader message. And then if we're signed in already, then we're going to show our products. I'm just going to print them out in a raw JSON format real quick just to make sure that everything is working correctly. And you can see here that all the products are loading, just raw JSON. We have an array of products, and products have prices, which we all configured inside of the Stripe dashboard. All right, let's start to format our data. Let's first delete the JSON, and then we're going to just put this inside of an unordered list, and we'll loop through all the products. And for each of the products, we're going to show the name, and then for each one of the products, we're also going to have another list underneath it, which is going to have all the prices, and then we're just going to print out the raw price data. So you can see here it's showing my 3 products and the different prices, and it matches what's inside of Stripe. Let's go ahead and format the numbers in a better way. So we're going to use the number formatter, and then formatter.format on the price. And then finally, I'm going to divide the price by 100 because it's in US cents. This isn't going to always be the case if you're using a different currency, but I just want to show you a simple example, and feel free to customize it to fit your needs. Now you can see our numbers formatting correctly. Let's show our month and year recurring information on there as well. So I'm going to add a mapping here for month and year, and then down below, if it's a recurring price, I'm going to print out that little display. So /MO for month or /YR for year. And then after that, let's add a button for the price. So whenever you click on the button, it's actually going to send you to a checkout page where you can pay for that product. Here's our brand new button. We're going to click on the $19.97 a month. You can see it shows us this in the Stripe dashboard. You can even have upsells inside of here. It automatically has my customer information and my previous card information because we have the Stripe customer information. So super nice checkout flow. You can purchase it, and it's going to send you back to the main page. And let's work on showing our current subscription information on the home page. To show our active subscription on the home page, we're going to import the gate component from use Stripe subscription. Gate component takes a product prop, and when you pass it in, it will render the children if the current customer has that product. So in this case, if we have like the premium plan, it will render active on the page. The gate component can also take a unsubscribed prop, which can be used to display something whenever the user is not subscribed to any products. So we're going to render the prices whenever they're not subscribed to anything. So you can see the active badge next to the product that we purchased. Next, let's add a link to the customer portal that we set up earlier. So whenever they have a subscription, I'm going to render a manage subscription button. Whenever they click on it, we'll call the redirect to customer portal method. And if we click on it, it's going to send us over to Stripe's customer portal, which has access to all of our plans and our payment methods and our payments. The really cool part here is your customers can actually update their plan or cancel it from this page without needing to set up those flows within your app. So here I can change the plan to a yearly plan, and I'll automatically be taken to a page where I can make the payment for the difference, and I'll be subscribed to that plan. And then if I click the return to Devin Regal button here, it's going to take me back to the application. One other thing I want to show here is that inside of the Stripe dashboard, you can look up a customer, see their subscriptions, see their payments, and see all of their details, which means that you not only have a customer portal, but you also have an internal dashboard which you can use to debug any customer support issues. This makes managing your payments way easier than trying to build all this stuff yourself. If you're just getting started, if you're a founder and you're looking to build an MVP, I think this is a perfect solution to get started really quickly with Stripe. Get set up. You don't need to use Next.js. You can use a regular React application with Express or anything. It needs to be JavaScript, but otherwise you can set up this library with any backend and front-end libraries that you want. And yeah, I definitely recommend you check it out. Thanks.